Alright, so I'll be making a controversial announcement in this video, and that announcement and that statement is already in the headline. The cost of living in Lagos over the next few years is going to rise by 500%. And what this means, in a very, very simple term, is that whatever that is costing you 1,000 naira right now to buy in Lagos, within the next few years, that same thing will be costing you around 5,000 naira. And probably something that is costing you 100k will start to cost you around 500k. All right. Now, if you are wondering why I'm now sounding like an agent of doom, please don't be scared yet and don't hiss yet. I'll be giving you practical uh, reasons, clear evidences, and real life scenarios that back this my statements and announcements that Lagos right now is the cheapest it will ever be in terms of cost of living. For some of you that don't understand what I mean by cost of living is basically what it costs for you to stay in a particular city, in terms of what it costs for you to rent houses or to buy houses there, or the cost for you to patronize the services there, and what it costs for you to buy goods there. So we're talking about cost of rent, cost of transport, cost of services, cost of food, cost of goods, cost of logistics, and so on and so forth like that. Cost of power, and so on and so forth like that, basically. All right, so in case this is your first time you are seeing my face, this is your first time you are coming across my video, my name is Rabi Mustafa, and this is Meet the Property Guy Property channel. Welcome. This channel is set up for people like you who are property enthusiasts, people like you who are avid property investors, people like you who are probably like a newbie to the real estate space. This is your go-to channel for everything about real estate. You want to understand what is land titles, you want to understand land documents, you want to understand the scams, you want to understand the ways to make money, you want to understand the ways to lose money in Lagos real estate, in Nigeria real estate. This is your bus stop. This is your go-to channel. I've been doing this for over 5 years already, and we've got over 500 videos. Yeah, actually, I'm on 500 videos right now on YouTube. And come the next 5 years, the next 10 years, God keep us alive, this is still what I'll be doing, basically. All right, so after watching this particular video, I also suggest you go to end of our playlist. I have a playlist on real estate masterclass. I have a playlist on shortlets. So in case you want to go into the shortlet, or you are already in shortlet and you want to understand more about the markets, so watch our shortlet playlist. I have a playlist on property investor series. So for anything about real estate investment, go to that playlist. I have a playlist about Ekpe. In case you bought Ekpe, go and watch that playlist. I have a playlist about Ibejuleki. In case you have a property in Ibejuleki, go and watch that playlist. So I have a playlist on land documents, land titles. So you want to understand all the jargon related to property titles and CFO and survey and acquisition. Go and watch that playlist also. All right. So let's go back to our topic now. Cost of living in Lagos to rise by 500%. Why? So let's ask the why. Why will it rise by 500%? Before I start to discuss about the why, once again, we are inviting you, come and subscribe to our channel. Yes, mommy, daddy, come and subscribe to our channel. We have over 4K subscribers currently. We are chasing 5K subscribers, and then we go to 10K, we go to 20K, we go to 30K, and so on, because we believe that the more and the bigger our subscriber list, the more people that are going to watch our content, the more people that watch our content, the more knowledgeable people that are into the markets, and the less the losses that investors are going to be having. Because if more people are losing money, they will not come back. But if more people are making money, they will come back. They even invite people to come. So, and that's what we want for our market. We want people to invite people to come and invest in Nigeria, to come and invest in Lagos, basically. So, kindly do subscribe. If you are subscribed already, kindly turn on the notification button. All right. So, cost of living in Lagos to rise by 500%. Why? So, we're going to start with, let's start with the past, basically. Then we talk about the present, and then we talk about the future. All right, so the past. What did Lagos look like, let's say 25 years ago? 25 years ago. 25 years ago, that's like year 2000. For a lot of you guys, you are still in Nigeria then. Some of you just left Nigeria, so there are still fresh memories of what Lagos looked like as at that period of time, 25 years ago. So 25 years ago, Lagos then was different. In terms of living, where people stay, where people were staying then, 25 years ago, is different from where people are staying now. 25 years ago, you probably don't need a chandelier in your house. 25 years ago, you probably don't need a washing machine in your house. You know, probably don't have a POP in your house or need a POP in your house. So Lagos was simpler and Lagos was cheaper because what you really need to enjoy yourself and to have comfort then was not much. You have a room, or probably you have a room and parlor. You have a fan, a ceiling fan. You have a TV. You have a VCD or a DVD, and probably that's all. In your kitchen, you have 2 stoves, and probably that's all also. So not like you need a microwave, you need your oven, and so on and so forth like that. So again, let's leave how people were staying or where people were staying then. Yeah, we had flats then. We had people staying in 2-bedroom flats. We had people staying in 3-bedroom flats also. But again, it was also simpler. There were no POP. There were no LED lights. There were no home theaters. Yeah, we might have it then, but it's not as rampant or like a basic criteria like now, basically. Then, in terms of cost of services, most people were doing their businesses in very, very simple form. So we had a lot of kiosks. So people can easily just, with wood, make a kiosk and then have their item there, their gari, their beverages or whatever they are selling. Then we had markets. Markets were simple also. People just had spaces or stores where they have their simple table and they can display their items. Now, let's come to the present. Lagos of the present. Now, firstly, face me and face you is gone in Lagos. And for anyone that is still staying in a face me and face you house in Lagos, it's almost certain that person has max 3 years. And that house also will also be gone. Because looking at a place like Shomolu, Bariga, Ilaje, Yaba, Surulere, Ogudu, Ojota, Ketsu, the rate at which people are pulling down all these tenements, face me and face you houses to rebuild 1-story, 2-story, 3-story houses is very, very fast. So which means that now people are staying in flats. That's it. You either stay in a room self, a 1-bed, a 2-bed, or a 3-bed. Or if I Odogu, you stay in a duplex. Present Lagos. Now, in terms of how people are doing businesses, we still have shops. Yeah, we still have shops. Kiosk is almost dead. You're hardly going to see kiosk in the highbrow part of Lagos again. So kiosk is almost dead. And gradually, shops now also are now being evolved. Before, people would build their house, then all their front, they will line it with shops. That is already changing right now, in case you are noticing. So the present Lagos in terms of the cost of services and the cost of doing business is also changing. Now, we now look at why is the cost of service in Lagos currently at the rate that they are, and why are we predicting that it's going to jump up 500%? Now, firstly, for people staying in Lekki, for example, they complain about something. The cost of living in Lekki is very high. Why? Why is the cost of living in Lekki very high? And that's basically because, number one, there are higher income classes or higher income earners staying at that part of town. So because of that, the people that are offering certain services, they up their prices, or they up the cost of their prices, because I know that if I charge this amount, they will pay now. So why should I charge less since they will pay this one? So mechanics, hairdressers, barbers, they charge more at that part than here. So which means that a mechanic can leave the mainland, go to Lekki, collect 20,000 naira for workmanship, come back to mainland and collect 10,000 naira for that same job that he did. A barber can leave the mainland, go to Lekki, go and barb, and collect 10,000 naira, and come back to the mainland and collect 1,000 naira for that same job, or 2,000 naira, or 3,000 naira for that same job. Now, like I said, the first reason for that gap is because there are more people willing to pay that amount over there. They are willing to pay. Either they have the money or don't have the money, that's another thing, but they are willing to pay. So that willingness to pay jack up the cost of living. Now, the second reason is because it's not also cheap for you to stay in Lekki. So either you are staying there or your business is there, you are also paying premium. So because of that, you have to also put it on your products and put it on your services. And that's one of the reasons why I'm predicting this. So which means that in the future, whatever that is, it costs you right now to stay in Lagos or to open a business in Lagos, it will go up by 500%. And if the cost of you staying in Lagos or the cost of you running or opening a business in Lagos has gone up 500%, where will you put that cost? You put it on your products. You put it on your services. So which means that, for example, if I have a hairdresser that is inside the shop, okay, no, that's inside ShopRite or that is inside the mall, that charges hairdresser, that charges 100,000 to do a particular hair, 100K inside the mall, 100K. Then I have another hairdresser in a shopping plaza to do that same hair. That hairdresser will do it for 50,000. The same hair that I will do 100,000 inside the mall, that person in the shopping plaza will do it for 50,000. Now, then I have another hairdresser that inside the shop, that shop is just inside the streets, one small shop. That hairdresser will do that same hair for 20,000. The hair that I will do 100,000 if I do it inside the mall, the hair I will do 50,000 if I do it at the plaza, but for that woman that has a small shop, I will do it for 20,000. The same hair, the same style, the same attachments or whatever. Then I now have another person. She's still an apprentice, you know, so she does not have her own shop, but she does sabi work. But because she does not have her own shop, that apprentice will do that hair, that same hair, for 10,000 naira. Same hair, same style. Will it be the same quality? I can't guarantee, but same hair. So now I have 4 people charging me 4 prices for the same service. One is charging me 100,000 because it's inside the mall. I'll collect AC. Then it's inside the mall. Another person will charge me 50,000. Then that place I'll collect fan, no AC. Another person will charge me 20,000. That one they don't have fan, but they open the window and they open the door, so I'll collect natural hair. So then I have apprentice. That one can even come to my house and come and do the hair for me at my own time. I just give her 10,000. Now, each of these people are doing the same business at different prices because of their cost of operation. The person that opened the shop in the mall and charging 100,000, her cost of operation inside the mall is also very high. Higher than the person that has a shop inside the plaza, and the person inside the plaza cost of operation is higher than the person that has a shop inside the street. And the person that have a shop inside the street, our cost of operation is higher than the apprentice that does not have a shop yet. Now, let's now imagine that in a few years' time, the rent inside the mall goes up 500%. What will happen to the salon that is making hair? They will also increase the hair that they are making also by 500% to cover them to stay in the salon. The person that is running a plaza and is collecting 50,000. Now let's assume that that plaza, the mall, their monthly rents let's say their monthly rent is 250,000, 250,000 for their monthly rent. So they can do hair for 100k, 100k per person. The person in the plaza, let's say our own monthly rent is um, 80,000, 80,000, or let's say 100,000. Let's say 80,000. Now let's now imagine that the people inside the mall, their rents have gone from 250,000 to 750,000. Will they still be making hair at 100k? Let's assume that the person in the plaza whose monthly rent is 80k, they are now paying 250,000. Will they still be making hair for 50k? And let's assume that the person that owns a shop just inside this, a small shop inside the streets that is paying, let's say maybe 10,000 a month, the person is now paying 50,000 every month. Will that person still make that hair for 20,000? So as their cost of operation and cost of running business is changing, they will also be putting it on their cost of products. Now the fantastic thing and interesting thing about the cost of products is that is a cycle. Is a cycle. Now let me explain how it's a cycle. So if me, I'm a lady, and let's say I do tutorial classes after school tutorial classes, and I make my hair, let's say 3 times a month, 3 times a month. That's, let's say, and I patronize that person in the shop inside the street. 20k times 3, 60,000. So I spend 60,000 on hair every month. Basically, for my tutorial classes, I have 5 kids, and I charge each of those 5 kids 30,000. 30,000 per kid. So I make 150,000 naira for my tutorial classes. And then my hair, I spend 60,000 naira on hair, basically. Now, let's now assume, because of cost of operation have gone up, the woman that I'm making hair from in the streets now tell me that, madam, I cannot make your hair again for 20,000. No. Hey, you two, you are in Nigeria now. So now I can only make this hair for 30,000, or let's say 40,000. And I have to make that hair 3 times a month. That's 120,000. That's gone up now from 60,000 to 120,000. Now, for the 5 kids that I'm doing tutorial classes for, I'll go to them that, sorry, I cannot collect 30,000 naira for tutorial again. I have to be collecting 50,000 naira for tutorial. At least 50 times 5, that's 250,000. I do 50,000. If I remove 120,000 for hair, I still have 130k to cater for other things. So you can see that it's now a cycle now. The woman that is running tutorial, have increased tutorial fee to 50,000. Now the parents too now. Let's say the father is also a driver that supply people, or that run logistics for people, and then in his own company also he makes, let's say, like 300,000 by supplying 10 different offices. So at the charge of 30,000 per office. So now he got home, and then his wife told him that they have increased your kids extra classes to 50,000 now. And apart from their extra classes have gone up to 50,000, their school fees have gone up to 150,000. So that's 200,000 already. I just gone to education, and he's making 300,000 from his business. So him too will go to his business that, sorry, you cannot do logistics again at 30,000 naira. So our logistics right now is 50,000. So his 10 customers now will be making 500,000. So if we move 250,000 for education, he still has 250,000 to cut out for other things. So you can see that it's a cycle. It goes round. Once it increases in one sector, it's going to trickle down, and go through every other sector. So once again, Lagos is the cheapest it will ever be in your lifetime. So for any reason, if you see properties in Lagos, or you see rent in Lagos, and you're asking yourself, this bubble, hope it will not burst. These prices, hope it will not crash. How long will people afford these prices? People will afford it. People will pay it. because right now it's still the cheapest it will ever be. And the future, and there are a lot of reasons why, again, the future will change. Let me give you another example. Currently, we have this place at the Third Milan Bridge called Makoko. That place that all these people that these shanties that they built on the water, all these they use local bamboo and pan and all those things to build it. Now, there are a lot of people that have become successful in Lagos, and they stayed around 2 decades or 1 decade of their life around that place before they now move out and went to wherever they moved to. Now, I can tell you categorically that in the next 10 years, that place will not exist again. That Makoko will not exist again. As we speak currently, there's already massive dredging approved by the Lagos State government happening in that place already. Now, if that place is no longer existing, there are a lot of people that are staying in that Makoko, that are tailors, that are welders, that are carpenters, that are tilers, that are POP guys, and so on and so forth like that. And they are staying in that Makoko and they are paying their rent, because people pay rent there too. They are paying their rent. Let's say their rent is, let's say, 10,000 naira a month is their rent. So, as a POP guy or as a welder, they can go out in a day and charge 3,000 or 5,000 for workmanship, because they know that, okay, if I do three work in a week, I will cover my rent. Now, the government now demolish that place and tell them to go out. Now, the people that are there, they have two choices. They either leave Lagos and go and hustle in another place, or if they want to remain in Lagos, they have to start to charge more or earn more from whatever they are doing, so that they can afford to stay in Lagos. So now, like I said now, let's say that Makoko now, they are paying 10K per month for rent. So them, they can go out now and go and hustle, charge 3K workmanship, 4K workmanship, 5K workmanship, and they can still cover their rent. Now, they are no longer now staying in Makoko, and they now have to maybe squat in a room self, where they are now paying, let's say, 50K or 80K per month. They will not also want to charge 5K for workmanship again, or 4K for workmanship. Them too, they want to charge 10K or 12K for workmanship, because they'll tell you that, the Makoko that I'm staying before, the government have demolished it now. The new place I'm staying, I know how much I'm paying. If I charge you 4K, I cannot cover my rent now. And me too, I will eat. I will still do clinic, I'll do whatever. So, and the same thing is being applied in everything. People are no longer building shops, they are building mall. The cost of renting a mall, a store in a mall, and the cost of renting a shop, they are not the same. So, which means that whatever that you are paying to patronize a shop, if the shops are not there again, you have to go to the mall and go and pay the price of the mall, either willingly or unwillingly, because there's no shops. There are no shops. You understand? All those small shops that used to build again, everybody is now building big shop and call it a plaza or call it a name and put high rent on it. All of us will suffer it now. Everybody is demolishing all those old houses and build new flats. All of us will shop. Everybody will up their cost of services and up their cost of goods, and it will circle and it will reflect in the cost of living in Lagos. So the Uber driver, we want to earn more. The bike dispatch rider, we want to earn more. The bricklayer, we want to earn more. The laborer, tiler, POP, carpenter, they want to earn more, because it now costs more for them to be in Lagos. And if all these people are charging more, landlords too will still tell you that whatever we are spending to build the house before is not what we are spending to build it now. They will increase their rent again more. So it's a cycle. So Lagos is the cheapest it will ever be. We are still going 500%. I don't want to put a timeline to when we are going to hit that 500%, but it's certain. In your lifetime, this is the cheapest Lagos you will ever come across. Certain. You get? So for people like me, that I'm also running a business in Lagos, I know how much I'm paying my salary. I know how much I'm paying my staffs or my team members. It's almost certain in 2 years' time, I can't pay them that amount again. They will leave. They will find better offer. They will look for better offer, because that amount I'm paying them now will almost not cover running expenses in next 2 years, next 3 years. So I have to pay them higher for them if I still want them to stay with me. It is what it is. So if you agree or disagree, it's fine. You can drop your comments. You know, uh, you can share perspectives. You can tell us your opinions. You can also as well tell us what you think, and I can also address it, and you can go back and forth on it. And if you also want to understand how you can tap into this, me, I'm already tapping into this. Me, when cost of living go 500%, I will not go. I will not get poorer. I will get richer. This, I will get richer because I have some apartment now that I'm charging maybe 1.5 million. I'll start to charge 3 million. I have some apartment that I want to charge 2.5 million. I'll start to charge 5 million or 4.5 million. So me, I'll get richer with this. I'll positioned already, and I know it's coming. I know it will come. So I'll suffer in some places and I'll benefit in some places. So if you're also looking at how you can also benefit from this, also it's fine. And if you don't believe in it, also it's fine. You are probably going to be watching this video in 2030 or 2025, 2035, and realize that, oh damn, I missed an opportunity. All right. So um, once again, we are inviting you to subscribe to our videos, inviting you to subscribe to our channel. These are things like these that we share here, things that you are not going to find anywhere else. You know, this kind of documentary, if like BBC or CNN that do it now, you get like almost 100,000 or 1 million views. But we do it because, and these are the backbone of a lot of the data that we are putting into our prop tech, and we're also looking for a lot of equity investors, angel investors that can also partner with us in that prop tech also. So these are the kind of data that is also championing a lot of the projection that we are giving our prop tech business to. All right, so my WhatsApp number is also on the screen, always on the screen. You can also reach out to me on WhatsApp, and we can see how we can build your portfolio or how we can manage your portfolio. All right, so I still remain your number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos, and see you next time.